Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Live Stream Tuesday. This is the time of the week where we go live and see who's online and also play through a few videos as well. So without further ado, let's get the comment section up on screen, and a big thank you to everybody over on Patreon for helping me with the title, because we've got Barbara in the house already. Hello Barbara, thanks for tuning in so early on. And at the top of the comment section, I was asking everybody on Patreon about an hour ago what to put there, and it was just live chat room, and there were suggestions of Wings of Pegasus chat room, but live chat room is what I've gone for that in between. I don't think Wings of Pegasus would fit there. I'd have to do the w.o.p, but maybe live chat room is exactly what it is, and hopefully that's all right for you guys. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Ian's in the house, and Michaeline, and Laurie, and Carla, and Beach Girl, and Laurie, the moderator Laurie this time. Hello guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and remember, if you can leave a thumbs up, that would be great as well. We'll get them in early and see if we can make it to 300 likes, because that's always the target for the live streams every week, and we made it last week, so we'll see if we can do it again this week. Hopefully everything on the screen is working. I've put things in boxes and had a little bit more time before I was live in order to work on these little boxes and things, so hopefully they work and they show up okay. I'm going to get the names of my patrons going along the bottom of the screen, because that always happens throughout the live streams on a Tuesday night, and these are the people that make everything possible down there. So thank you guys, you know who you are, and these guys are often in the comments, if not always in that comments section, or the chat room as we're calling it tonight. So thank you guys at the bottom of the screen, every one of you, for your support, for making these live streams possible, making all these boxes possible. I've got one in the corner at the moment as well, up there, like and subscribe. So thank you everybody for allowing me to do so much with these live streams, but also every single analysis video, which we will be talking about later, because it was certainly an interesting weekend. If you want to use interesting with a wide scope of definition, but I'll get into it later on in the live stream. We're going to be starting tonight with one of my own songs, and this was requested over on Patreon before we were live, and it was Unwanted Stranger, and this is the music video, is technically the lyric video as well, rolled into one. So we're having a rocking start to the live stream tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is my song called Unwanted Stranger, and if you are just looking at the at the super chat, because something just popped up and here it is on screen now. Rose has donated $5 and says voting early, so thank you so much for that, Rose. I read it as, when it popped up, vomiting early. That's what I read initially. So thankfully that is not what Rose is saying. She is saying voting early. So thank you so much, Rose, for that $5 donation. We're going to be jumping straight into the video. I said that, but now Don has donated $4.99. Thank you so much for that, Don. And the message is, do you celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK? Absolutely spot on. Best regards. So thank you for that, Don. And to answer that question, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here. It's just a normal day, so it's something that hasn't really crossed over. So unfortunately there's no excuse over in the UK to have a party or to celebrate, or we can just celebrate because it is a normal day, or it is another day. I suppose that's something to celebrate in itself. But thank you so much, Don, for that donation, and it's just the way it is here over in the UK. I'm sure there must be things that we celebrate here that maybe aren't celebrated over in the USA, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But we will find out, maybe in the comment section or the chat room tonight. We can see if anybody knows some of these holidays that don't quite cross over from the UK to the USA. But anyway, thank you, Don, for that. And Pam has donated $19.99. Thank you so much for that, Pam. And the message is, thanks for being you, with a man looking in the mirror at himself with a headband on. in the shape of a pear. So thank you for that, Pam, and I can only be me. That is the default setting for everybody, and a really important thing, I think, especially in artistry, just be yourself and everything will be fine. But thank you, Pam, for that donation of $19.99. And Sea Breeze has donated $4.99. There's no message with that, so thank you, Sea Breeze, for that donation. And then 2000 Connie has donated $5, so thank you for that, 2000 Connie. And then Carla is in the house tonight and has donated $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Carla. And the message is cheers. So cheers to you, Carla. Have a great evening, and if you're spending it here, then great, as I'm sure you will be. Carla's one of the regulars in these here parts because she's in control of a lot of things. And also, just a quick shout out to everybody that does help me on these live streams. You know who you are in terms of keeping everything in line in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. And Carla, thank you so much for that $9.99 donation and for the cheers. And we've got Michaeline, who has donated $4.99 as well. Thank you, Michaeline, so much for that. Another regular viewer and serial donator, as so many have been so far already in this live stream. These guys pop up every week. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, but thank you everybody for making it into the chat room for tonight. Let's get into this first video. Luan has just donated $2. Thank you for that, Luan. And the message is, getting in here now in case my power goes out. Laugh out loud. And Luan mentioned about there are some storms. I couldn't read it much, but that's what I gathered from the comment over on Patreon before the live stream. I have to rush through things whilst I'm setting the whole show up. So Luan is in a storm at the moment, I think, so the power might go off. But thank you, Luan, for donating just before, hopefully, fingers crossed, the power won't go out. But take care where that storm is happening. Hopefully it's all going to be okay. And Gina Cena has just donated $9.99, and the message with that is a bit of tea / Earl Grey money for you. Goonies never say die. Heart, heart. So thank you, Gina, for that. Gina is one of my main contributors to Earl Grey tea, and being able to have one of those every night. I have a couple of cups of tea a day. One is just a normal black tea, I guess you call it everywhere else, but we have different makes here, and this is the thing. You have PG Tips and Yorkshire tea, and each has a slightly different flavour to it, different taste. And Earl Grey is one of those that's pretty consistent in terms of the taste, but it's just a slightly different taste to the normal black tea. I think it's called black tea, the standard one that we go for, but we call it PG Tips or Earl Grey or whatever you want to call it in terms of a brand name is what I'm getting at. We call them brand names. But anyway, Gina, thank you so much for that donation. Thank you guys for the donation so far. Let's jump into this video. This is Unwanted Stranger. I'm going to be in the comments section as always, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, give it a thumbs up and give this live stream a thumbs up. It really does help, and I'll see you guys in a minute, because Laurie Brooks has just donated $20. Thank you so much for that, Laurie. And Rose has donated $5. A serial donation already from Rose, and the message is definitely not vomiting. Thank you, Rose, for that vote of confidence, but I know the first message wasn't that, but it just made me laugh because I misread it. And just the thought of that is the last thing you want your viewers to be doing at the sight of your face and your live stream. But thank you, Rose. Let's get into this video, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock.
Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. Look me right in the eye, and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake.
So that was my track called Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And as you can see on screen, we've had a bit of action in the super chat window again. And Linda has donated $5. Thank you, Linda, so much. And the message is, we love your music, but we love hearing you talk too, with some rock horns. Thank you, Linda, for that. I hope I don't talk too much. I think I might be talking quite a lot tonight, because there is a lot to talk about, and I've also got a special deal thing with t-shirts that's going on with the t-shirt website that I use called Teesprings. It's the whole Black Friday. It used to just be a day where Black Friday was having cheap things that people would sell, or should I say, they make everything reduced, so you get really cheap. It's not cheap stuff, it's quite expensive stuff, but then made cheap. And I think this is a worldwide thing, that everyone can start picking up things as deals on Black Friday. And it used to just be Black Friday, but now it's extended to the whole week. And that is something on Teesprings that I'm going to mention in a second. Hopefully I won't forget that, because it's going to be something that you guys who watch this live stream will be able to get 20% off t-shirts, and you have to put in a code, but I will get to that in a second. Thank you so much, Linda. And TN Moppy has donated $10 as well. Tennessee, that stands for, which I know now. And Tennessee Moppy is in charge of the supporters group over on Facebook. You just type in the search window at the top left. It is on the laptop if that's how you're using it, and you put in Wings of Pegasus supporters group, and you'll be able to find the group that a lot of the guys go to after this live stream if you want to keep talking and talk about anything and everything, musical or not. But Tennessee Moppy is in charge of that and has donated $10. Thank you so much for that donation. The message is, Phil, so impressed at how you handle difficult situations with analysis videos. So thank you for that. And it is one of those things that I'm going to be talking about later. I might talk about it in a second after I've spoken about the t-shirts and stuff, because it has been an interesting weekend on the channel, especially for me, and comments and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Lisa has donated $10 as well. Thank you, Lisa, for that. And the message is, do you and your dad ever jam together? How about a video of you two together? Thank you, Lisa, for that donation. And the answer to that question is not really. We maybe did when I was learning to play the guitar, but nowadays I'm really busy and just having time. I'd love to have time to jam and just, kick back and relax, but there are so many things that need to get done on a daily basis with everything musically. I have CDs that I sign, and those are CD orders through my website, and I message them and sign those off. So I go down to the post office on some days, and I try and do that all on one day, because going down to the post office every day means that it's taking a chunk of my day, and I then fall behind on other things like emails and comments and all other stuff. So unfortunately I don't really have time for jams. The thing about jams as well is they can go on for ages, especially when you're into it. And I'm sure if you do play guitar yourself and you're watching this and you've ever played along with a backing track on YouTube, you know how it is. You'll just go through backing track after backing track after backing track, and before you know it, you've just been jamming for an hour. So it's a really easy way to lose time, but if you haven't got the time to lose, it's a really dangerous thing to start doing. But hopefully in the future I'll start to get a little bit more time to jam and do all other things musically. But fortunately, everything that I do every day is musical in terms of it's all related to my independent music, but also the analysis videos and other people's music, and doing research about other genres of music and other artists. So that's something that I don't mind doing. It's all in that music bubble, so it's all good for me. And Lisa, thank you for that donation and for that question as well. We've got Beanie Angela, who has donated $5 as well. And Beanie says, going to get my t-shirt with a smiley face. And before you do, Angela, I'm just going to mention Kathy as well, who has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Kathy. I can't see if there's a message underneath that at the moment, but the t-shirts, and I've even got my t-shirt on to remind me to say this, even though I nearly forgot. If you click on the t-shirts in the tray underneath this video if you want to buy a t-shirt. When you get to the cart place of the Teesprings website, when you're paying for it, there'll be a section that says voucher code or discount code, something like that. If you guys put in holiday, as in going on holiday or vacation, the word isn't vacation, you have to write holiday in capital letters and 20, all as one word, so no spaces in there. Holiday 20, if you put in that code, you get 20% off the t-shirts. So that is only for this week because of the Black Friday deals that they have over on Teesprings. And I'm not sure if every vendor on the Teesprings site gets access to those codes. From what I understand, I don't think it's a site-wide thing that if you just put in that code, it's going to get you 20% off. So make sure you go to Wings of Pegasus in terms of the tray underneath here, click on a t-shirt and put in that code holiday 2020 is what I'm talking about, holiday 20, and you get 20% off. And that's for everybody watching this live stream. This is the only place that I'm telling you guys about it. So if you want to save some money and get a t-shirt, is a really good time to do it because of the Black Friday deals they've got going on with the website at the moment. So Angela, if you're going to get a t-shirt, make sure you put in holiday 20 when you're in the cart location of the site where it gives you the option to put in the code. Just look out for a box to put in a code and you'll get 20% off. But thank you so much, Angela and Kathy, for those last 2 donations. And if everybody can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. Hello, everybody in the chat section of the site. Good to see you. We've got St. John and Plastico Flamingo and Rose and Carla and Don and St. John again. Ian's in the house, and we've got Reb, KADJ's in the house as well. And we've got Angela in there as well, and Jen and everybody else. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I might get into possibly talking about the interesting things that have happened this weekend. I might actually play a video first and then I'll get into it afterwards, because otherwise it takes me ages to get through the videos, and I like to try and play the videos that have been requested, and we're going to be jumping into that one now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it all works. I'm always a little bit apprehensive about clicking, hoping that I've set it up all correctly. But this is going to be my version of The Boys Are Back in Town, as requested over on Patreon. Again, I'm going to be in the comments section, so I'll be jumping in and out of that. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys after this. Rock!
The boys are back in town.
Phil here. I'd like to say a massive thank you to you for watching my cover of The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy, of course. Thank you for the suggestion in the first place. The name's running up the screen here on my patrons, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to you guys for your support, making videos like this possible, and also making the videos I do every day on YouTube possible as well. So a massive thank you to you guys. It's really appreciated a lot. If you want to get involved yourself, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and if I don't see you over there, then I will see you guys at the next video. Rock! And there we have it. That was my cover of The Boys Are Back in Town, and at the end of the videos, whenever I do a cover of another track, or pretty much with any video that I do musically, playing instruments and singing, I always have my patrons' names at the end of those videos as well, and their names go across the bottom of the screen here as well, so massive shout out to them for making all of this possible. And we've had some more action in the super chat section. I'm just looking at Coffee Dog because we've had... I'm going to go a little bit further up because we had Angela and then Kathy, thank you guys, and then Coffee Dog, who donated $2 with an embarrassed pear looking man with the headband on again, so thank you for that, Coffee Dog. And then another donation of $10, and the message was just trying to figure out this super chat, blah. So thank you, and Coffee Dog did figure out how to do it the second time, and 2 donations in a row. Thank you so much for that. Gina Cena has donated $4.99. Again, thank you, Gina, for the multiple donations, and the message is congrats on the 200,000 plus subscribers. Maybe sometime in the future 200,000 is a long way off at the moment, but 100,000 will do absolutely fine for me, so thank you, Gina, for that. I think maybe a bit of a mistype there, but you never know what can happen in the future. Thank you for that. And Paul has donated $5. The message is, excellent version. I'm hoping you will check out Emmy Sunshine sometime soon. And I definitely will. That's one of those that is just a case of me going through the list and crossing them off as I go. I know that Emmy is on there, definitely on there, because I've seen her name further down the list. As to when I can get that, I haven't counted through them yet, so I can't really tell you how soon it will be, but fingers crossed it won't be, if I've seen it on the list, it's got to be somewhere relatively near the top, so I will be getting there, but rest assured she will be gotten to soon, and definitely at some point. So thank you, Paul, for that donation, and thank you, Michaeline, again, who has donated $4.99, and the message is Phil Lynott is smiling. So thank you for that, Michaeline, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Phil didn't mind that version. And it was such a difficult thing. I always say this whenever I play this cover, that the bass that is going on while Phil is singing, unless you've played it and sung at the same time or attempted to do the two things at once, it's one of those things that when you watch live performances of Phil just nailing this on the bass and singing, you don't understand or you don't appreciate how difficult it is to nail the groove on the bass like Phil used to do. So hopefully he is looking down and liking, giving it a thumbs up, but even just watching would be great. But thank you, Michaeline, so much for that donation. And Empress Mermaid has donated $5 as well. Thank you so much for that donation. Again, serial donator. And we're going to be continuing on here with, well, what happened over the weekend in terms of, I did a video on Friday night on a singer called Dimash, and he's a classical singer. You might have seen the video on Friday night or Saturday night, because people that do watch every night will have noticed that I did 2 videos in a row on the same artist, which is something that I don't normally do, but because of what happened in reaction to the first video, I then did another video straight afterwards, just to straighten things out for people that don't know how this channel works and how my analysis video works. But let me just quickly jump in, because we've had a donation again, and this is Vince, and let me go over here because, again, same thing's happening this week, that YouTube is cutting off the bottom of the comments, so apologies about that. It's nothing to do with me. I've got the whole screen on screen, so what I can see, you can see. But Vince has said maybe what Gina is referring to is this: the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters hit 200 members a couple of days ago. You Facebook peeps, come and join us there. Aha, so maybe that's what happened, that it was just a combination of the K and the 200 people over on Facebook. So you guys can head over there. Again, Vince is the guy who hosts the after party over on Facebook. It's funny how that happens sometimes. Your brain takes words from the future and brings letters earlier on. I don't know how it does that. It's pretty clever stuff. If you tried to do it, it would be impossible. But anyway, Vince, he hosts the after party over on Facebook. So head over there. That's the Wings of Pegasus supporters group. You can join that and get involved and keep the conversation going over there with everybody and Vince as well. But thank you, Vince, for that message. And Beanie Angela has donated again. Thank you, Angela. It's $5, and the message is: have you considered analysis of dueling banjos? Just a thought. And I think it is on there somewhere. Again, I've done so many videos, and especially when we're talking about guys like Roy Clark and Glenn Campbell and players, country players, and also bluegrass players that have got such great technique. I did have a batch of suggestions and requests that were just country artists night after night after night after night, which is great to get into that because they're on the channel now. But certainly, I think it was Foggy Mountain Top as well as one of those that got suggested and requested. Unfortunately, on copyrights, I think that's Steve Martin who's playing in that video. I think I've got that right because there are so many videos out there. It was one of those that I wanted to do, but the copyrights were so restrictive on that, but it's just one of those that gets requested. But like I said, I get a lot of country and bluegrass requests, which is great as well. So I will endeavor to get that on the list. But thank you, Angela, for the donation and the message. It's massively appreciated. And Gina has donated $9.99. Again, another donation. Thank you so much for that, Gina. And I'm going to see if there's a message with that just quickly. And the message is: I'm embarrassed I got the fan club numbers mixed with the subscribers. So I think we were all ahead of you. Well, I wasn't, but Vince was, in terms of seeing what had happened when you put in the message. So Gina combined the two. And again, it's like me. When I'm talking, my brain will combine two words that are totally separate, and it can happen on the keyboard as well. So Gina, don't worry about it. It's totally understandable. And Jen has donated $2. So thank you for that, Jen. I can't see the message at this point if there is one, but hopefully I'll be able to see that a little bit later on. So jumping into this analysis that I did on Dimash, the classical singer, on Friday night. It was like all the videos I do here, they're all requested. So I just load up the video, have a look at it, and then I start to break down the analysis, and I look at it from all different angles. And it just so happened that this was a mimed performance, and I did a lot of research beforehand to make sure it was definitely mimed, because I know that some people say something's mimed and they don't do any research to make sure it is absolutely 100%, because I'm not going to say that until I actually know for a fact. So I did a waveform analysis on the audio, which is something where you take it into audio software, you get the MP3 file, you zoom in on it to see the waveforms, you then compare waveforms with one file and the other file, and if they match up perfectly, then it is the same file being played. And it's impossible to do that live with a recorded file. And people that are into production and audio files and analysis of audio files know what I'm talking about. So I knew that it was going to be mimed, and I had it backed up after the video by a professional musical engineer who said yes it is. So I knew as well, actually, somebody said that show in Russia, not all of the shows in Russia have miming on, but that one was a show that is mimed, and it is mimed pretty much all of the time. So I got that from people who live in Russia and have seen these programs a lot. Like I said, this is just the first night I've seen this video, and I looked through it. It's requested. I analyzed it, and I thought that that's what, you know, I normally do, and that's just how the videos go out there, and that would be the end of it, and I'd just get the normal comments. But I got a lot of comments from people who don't watch this channel, and they were Dimash fans, and they misunderstood what I was doing. They thought that I had chosen the miming video over the top of all the other live videos that there are of Dimash singing. But once I'd watched this mimed video, YouTube then started suggesting other videos that were from either the same venue, the same show. So it meant that I was watching 2 or 3 videos that were exactly the same in terms of when being compared to the studio, and then the waveforms, they were mimed. And it was YouTube that is suggesting the same kind of video. It's not suggesting to me all of the videos that the Dimash fans have that are not as viewed or not as well known. So fortunately, they did send me all of those videos, and thank you if you happen to be watching in this live stream now. Thank you for doing that and for sending me those, because it meant the next night I could then have a look at something that was live. But anyway, the problem was that it's always the case with a small percentage of fans of musicians. It's always some bad apples in there, and it just so happened that I've now realized that some, not all, but a small percentage of Dimash fans are very abusive, unfortunately. And it just so happened that over the next 3 days I got a lot of abusive messages, to the point where I never block people on my Wings of Pegasus channel. As you know, there will be trolls that come along and they have a little comment on the videos. I don't block anybody. If they want to do it, fine. But when it is persistent abuse over the course of 3 days, then I'm going to have to start blocking people. And I blocked 3 people who were constantly doing this on my channel. And last night I was up till 6:30 in the morning, and I just gave up, because I was trying to explain to them, like I'm saying now, how it worked, and it's just an analysis. I'm not lying about anything. I've just analyzed the video that I've been asked to do. So unfortunately, I had to block 3 people because of the incessant abuse that I was getting. And one of them, for example, over those, well, it would have been 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, sent me 27 abusive messages on YouTube, and that isn't including all of the replies. When they've sent me an abusive message, I try and say to them, there's no need to do this. It was just an analysis video. I've done another video that now clears it all up. And thank you to the Dimash fans who tuned in the next night and said that they misunderstood what I was doing the night before, and they can now see how my channel works, and they understand that it was just a misunderstanding, and they apologized, and it's absolutely fine, because it was just genuinely a misunderstanding between those fans and me and my channel. Everybody that watches this channel knows what it's all about, that I'm not slagging off other artists, I'm just doing analysis videos. And I did analysis videos on other bands, other artists, REO Speedwagon, for example. I said that the vocal was auto-tuned, but I didn't have any backlash from REO Speedwagon fans or any subscribers, because it's an analysis video, and people just said, thanks for pointing it out, and they start to learn the difference between auto-tune and not auto-tuned. And I did another REO Speedwagon video that was live. There was a video with Miley Cyrus where she's miming, and I point her out, but there was no backlash from Miley Cyrus fans. If anything, Miley Cyrus fans then gave me another video to look at that was live, and they started to learn something about mic setups and playing outdoors. So there's so much that you can learn from analysis. Unfortunately, over 600 videos that I've done now consecutively, this is the only artist that I've featured where the fans have reacted. I say the fans, a tiny percentage of the fans have reacted in such an abusive and, quite frankly, out of order way. The other thing is that these comments that are foul-mouthed and using explicit language and abusive, I know for a fact that parents allow their kids to watch my analysis videos because there's never any swearing on there. on these videos, and there's never any putting down of artists. It's just purely an analysis, objective analysis. So to have this all pasted all over the comment section, I have to block these people because I do not want that kind of language on my channel. Sometimes people get carried away when something's really good and they say, wow, this is, effing great or whatever. That's fine because it's emotion about positivity, and I don't mind that too much. Fortunately, a lot of people type in the little asterisks so that you can't see the swear word, and if it is swearing, YouTube removes it anyway. But the way that these people were using abusive language so much that it was too much for YouTube to take down, and also they were doing it in Russian, which is again one of those things that I do use the translator so I can see what's being said. And it's just a real shame. Unfortunately, those people that have messaged and done that, I know for a fact that the group of people that watch these videos and stay on this channel, there's over 100,000 people here who are professional musicians, producers, music engineers. There are actual top level players that watch this channel. I've had Frank Marino on the channel with me. I'm currently talking with Buck Dharma about him coming on the show. There are top level players that watch these videos. So to have this pasted all over the channel is such a shame, because real artists are watching the fans of Dimash and the kind of fans that these tiny minority are, but they are harming Dimash because a lot of the subscribers to this channel are now not going to watch Dimash if they haven't heard his music because of the abusive nature of the fans that are seen to be supporting Dimash. So it is such a shame. Like I said, it's a tiny percentage of the Dimash community, I'm sure, but a lot of people have asked me to do more Dimash videos to analyze his voice and take you through techniques, but I'm going to have to leave it alone purely because of that small percentage of fans that jump on anything that they might see as negative, but it's not negative. I never say anything negative on this channel about any other artist. It is purely objective analysis. But anyway, let's get into the super chats, because it's something that has been a real shame and just a bit of a blot on the channel as a whole. As I said, over 600 videos. It's just a shame that there's been one artist that I've featured that has had this backlash of abuse that has gone along with it. And unfortunately, the 3 people that I have blocked were putting the abuse under the second analysis video that explains everything and the misunderstanding. So it was a real shame, but I guess this is the thing, that you're going to have people like that you just cannot get through to them. No matter how much you try and explain the situation to them, it just is like hitting your head against a brick wall, unfortunately. But anyway, we're going to get back into the super chat donations. So thank you guys for bearing with me and for allowing me to get that off my chest, because it is tough sometimes when you're trying to just explain things to people in a rational manner and you just get abuse back. And it was relentless for 2 days over the weekend. But it was also, as I said, early morning last night, but I've just taken the action of blocking those 3 individuals that were causing all of this hate on the channel. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking with me. If there's anybody left in the chat room, I know I've been talking for a long time, but it does help me as well to get things off my chest, because I'm a musician as well. I think these people commenting don't realize that I'm a musician. I'm a professional musician. I'm an analyst, I guess you'd call me. That's what other people refer to me as. And imagine if, and this is something that they don't get, imagine if I went to Dimash's channel and gave him the abuse that they were giving me consistently for 3 days in a row. They would go crazy over that. And it's just flipping the mirror around, looking at yourself and think, what am I doing here? Is this guy reputable that I'm having a go at? Who is he? Is he a singer? Is he a musician? Is he well thought of in the industry? Because they will find out that so many people watch this channel that are well respected in the music industry. So it's a shame that they've said all of these things and really exposed themselves to these top musicians and top artists. And a lot of people that watch this channel are so well versed in music and the quality of music, and they don't even play an instrument, but because they watch and listen to so much musically artists and the variety of artists we have on this channel, the audience is the most eclectic that you can get, I think, on YouTube. Everybody that watches the videos on this channel and is, well, they are consistently in that chat room tonight, but also in the analysis video comment section, you'll find so much knowledge and so many stories in there of a musical nature that I think you just don't get on other channels. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I've got to get into this super chat, but also thank you for just giving me a place to vent all of these things that I've been going through over the last few days. As I said, it's the first time it's happened, but thank you for all of your support as well, because a lot of you were replying to these particular people, the ones that just persisted the whole time, just trying to get through to them, but there's no way that that's going to be possible, unfortunately. But guys, thank you so much. I'm going to have to scroll up in the super chat because there have been a lot of donations, and I'm going to join in here with Jen, who has donated $2. Thank you, Jen. And the message is live chat room works with a smiley face. So thank you all of you for joining in tonight and getting into that live chat room. It's good that we've got a new heading for it. And thank you guys over on Patreon for giving me ideas for it. We've now got the next donation, which was 3 in a row from Effective Ministry Solutions. Thank you so much for that. A $5 donation, a $1 donation, and a $5 donation again. And the message is, can you do a review on Vernon Reed's playing on the official video for Cult of Personality by Living Colour? I've done this quite a long time ago. It is a live version though. It's not the official video version. It was just a live version of the track. So if you type in Cult of Personality and British guitarist, you'll probably get the video in the results for that search. But thank you so much for that donation of $5. And Rose has donated, and it's $5. Thank you, Rose, for that. The message is score Phil 100,000 Trolls 3. So thank you for that, Rose, and thank you for your support and everybody's support on this channel. It's just one of those situations where they didn't realize what this channel is all about. And I don't think a channel that they are thinking that this is would have over 100,000 subscribers, because just slagging other people off isn't something that people subscribe to. Maybe they do, I don't know, but it's certainly something that I wouldn't subscribe to. But Rose, thank you so much. Kelly has donated $5.49 as well. Thank you for that, Kelly, and that's Canadian dollars, I think. And the message is, Dimash fans are kids. And I want to say that I don't think it is all the Dimash fans, because some of them have been really nice and they've talked it through with me. Once they realised that I wasn't doing it with a view to try and have a go at Dimash, I just do a new video every night, and they'll be able to look through my video list that every night for the last 600 plus nights there's been a new video. So they know that, well, they know now that it's not something that I've been searching for a week to try and find a mimed video, and that's the one that I'm going to feature on the channel. And hopefully that second video was interesting for them to watch as well, because these little cues that Dimash gives when he sings are certainly really interesting, because it gives you an insight into his mental imagery for his vocals. But I don't want to get into that video now, but you guys can go and watch that Dimash video. I don't want you to be put off by a small percentage of Dimash fans to actually checking out his music. So go and check out his voice, because he's an amazing singer and it is worth your time. It's just unfortunate that there is a percentage of fans, a small percentage, that really ruin it for everybody else. But thank you, Kelly, for that donation. And Linda has donated $5. Again, Linda, thank you so much. The message is, you did such a great job with both Dimash videos. So sorry about the trolls. They're not worth your time. You're too good for that, with a heart. So thank you, Linda, for the support. And thank you, everybody, for the support. It's great to be able to just tune in to you guys on a live stream on a Tuesday night and be able to discuss these things, because I think that's probably half of it as well, is just a place for me to say and directly chat to you guys from the internet to wherever you are in the world. It's an amazing thing to think of these people that are watching my videos, and I get to know who you are by name, and I get to chat to you live. It's an amazing thing, the internet, and it's great to have this community on the channel as well. Like I said, so many like-minded people, and it's amazing because there is so little that separates the top musicians who tune in to this page, this channel. Like I said, Frank Marino, there is so little mentally that separates somebody that doesn't play an instrument but has an appreciation for music, and somebody who does play an instrument is a top level performer, but that appreciation is on the same level. And that's why we can have over 100,000 subscribers, is because there's a common theme and a common respect and understanding of music. Even if guys in the comment section don't play instruments, they appreciate music, and that's what it is all about. But anyway, thank you, Linda, so much for that. And Michaeline, who has donated $9.99 as well, and that is one of those that I can't see the message at the moment, but I will get there later. Actually, I can see the messages, maybe just a little bit. We've just had some more that have come in. Thank you guys so much for all of these donations. And Michaeline says, looks like you could use a cup of tea, and I will enjoy my tea later. But it is one of those things, I think you need a place to vent a little bit and just explain to people what is going on, and it really does help with everything with the channel, but also me personally to be able to chat to you guys on a Tuesday night is great. But thank you for that, Rose, and before that, Michaeline. And Rose, I didn't say the message, but that was a $5 donation after Michaeline, and the message was, Phil, you can vent to us anytime. Think of us as your safe place. Thank you, Rose, so much, and I will. But like I said, in over 600 videos, first time it's happened, so it is a rare thing for this to happen, but it has happened. But anyway, Abby has donated $20. Thank you for that, Abby. And the message is, thanks for your hard work. It always leaves me happy. Don't let those negative people get to you. And I will not. I will keep going forwards. And thank you, Ian, as well, who has donated $100, which is either a mistake or crazy. But Ian, I think, is one of those guys that is so amazing with his donations. So Ian, thank you so much for that. And the message is, you handled that trolling well. Try not to let it get to you too much. You do an awesome job. So thank you so much for that, Ian, and that donation as well. And by the way, Ian has done his own cover of Don't Cry, one of my songs, Don't Cry, on his YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out if you want to. It's a folky version of it. But thank you, Ian, so much for that donation. And JB Wren has donated $9.99 as well, and I can't see the message with that, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, hopefully I will make sure that JB Wren, the message is called out, and I will say what that message is. But we're going to be getting into the next requested video, and if we can get a spike of the likes, that would be great as well. I'm not sure how long we are into this live stream. Let me see. 53 minutes already, and that is due to me chatting about Dimash videos. So apologies for, I can't believe it's 53 minutes already. Let's jump into this video. This is my song called Percy Johnson. It's the lyric video for it. I'm going to be in the comment section as always. Thank you guys for sticking with me tonight and for all the comments and the donations. I'll see you guys after this, and hopefully we'll be able to get to the last request before I have to call it a night. But I'll see you guys in the comment section. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you afterwards. Rock!
Beyond
And there we have it. That was my track called Percy Johnson. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And that's available on my album, which is called Persistence. And that's on iTunes and Amazon and wingsofpegasus.com/store. So if you just go to wingsofpegasus.com, you'll find the store section. The album's on there. There's also the single Running Blind on there, which gets requested a lot, but I'm not playing that one tonight because we hopefully have Amelia that I'm going to be playing later on. I say later on, it already is later on, but I'm going to try and get the live version of Amelia on before the end of this live stream. But let's get the super chats up on screen again, because during that video we had a little bit more action in the super chat window, and JB Wren, who donated $9.99 that I mentioned, the message was, you know, you're at the top of your game when people are trying to pull you down. So thank you so much for that and the message. And I think it is true that I'm going to have to start getting used to trolls. I think we're very lucky in terms of not a lot of trolls do come along. They occasionally do, but I think people that get attracted to the videos, especially the analysis videos, if there's an artist that I'm featuring, if they are a fan of that artist, they like to learn things about the artist. And I'm fortunate that some people who have watched the analysis videos on a particular artist that they've been a fan of for a long time, I might say something that they might not have heard before, a little fact, or I do quite a lot of research in every video. Sometimes it just turns into more of an analysis technically, especially if it's a guitar player and someone who plays guitar and sings, because there's a lot of technical elements that go into that and a lot of things I'd like to explain about it. But there are sometimes videos where I give a lot of background with the research that I do, because if they are especially a very well-known performer, there is so much about their life and their career that I like to cover, because if people don't know about that artist, it's great, at least I think it is, to get a breakdown of what they've achieved, how they've done, their record sales, all those kinds of things, but also interesting stories, not only musically, but just about their career and their life in general, because there are some things that they've gone through that you really need to take into consideration when listening to their music, because then you'll see it in a different light. But anyway, that's just one of those things. I'm talking a lot tonight, but JB Wren, thank you so much for that donation. And Linda has donated $2, and she says, vent away anytime, Phil. We're here for you. So thank you for that, Linda. And then Brian is in the house. He's donated $14.99, and the message was late to the live stream, but whatever happened, I'm on your side, Phil. So thank you for that, Brian. It's much appreciated. Underneath that, we had Gaylord Winchester 77, who has donated $4, and this is a little man, and it looks like he's got a cup of something. It might be tea or coffee, probably tea, because it's in a mug, and coffee tends to be in a glass, I guess, or a little cup. We also do that here, or a tiny little mug like you see espresso, which is just ridiculously powerful, just like a shot, but it's a big mug of tea by the look of it. It might look like it. Actually, the color looks like a mug of wine, and I don't drink, so it'll be definitely tea for me, but thank you for that donation. And Lucy is in the house, and the message is with a $24.99 donation. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, just for being so open-minded about different genres of music and giving us an opportunity learn about them. You're the best, with a heart and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Lucy. And it's no problem. It's just how I roll. And it's you guys giving me such great requests that I can look at so many great artists from so many different genres. But Charles has also donated $1.99, and the message is $50. So thank you for that, Charles. I think maybe that would have been a donation of $50. I don't know, but $1.99 is great as well. Thank you, Charles, for that. And it might be a case of the super chat donation thing. I don't know what it's like on your side of the screen, because I've got my live stream feed and all of the analytics and information on screen, so I don't know what it is. But Charles, thank you for that. And if you accidentally donate, this goes for everybody, if you donate by accident or you put in an amount that you didn't mean to put in, don't worry about it. We can sort it out afterwards. Just message me or email me at wingsofpegasus@hotmail.com and you'll get straight through to me and we'll be able to sort it out. But Charles, thank you for that. And Kathy's donated $5 and the message is, we love you, Phil. Don't let the trolls discourage you. Thank you so much for that, Kathy. And I don't think the trolls will ever discourage me, because there have been stories that I've had and messages, emails from people who have given me such important stories that what I'm doing here, even though it's just a guy, a musician who's been doing it quite a long time, but just sitting in a room analysing artists and techniques, fortunately, a lot of people do watch it, and for some people it does make a difference to their day, and it might make a bad day into a better day. And if I can be responsible for that, then no matter how many trolls come along, I'm going to keep on doing it, because that's what life is all about. If you can add something to somebody else's life and improve it, then why not keep doing it? Because that's a good enough reason as any to keep going. But anyway, thank you so much, Kathy, for that donation. And we've also had a donation from Parkview Mo, who has donated $5, and the message is, love your live chats. So thank you for that. And then we had GooTube3526, who has donated $3, and the message is, love how you treat all with respect and insight. Thank you for that donation, and no problem. This is just how it is on this channel. I'm a teacher by nature as well, so it's one of those things. I sometimes get a message very occasionally where people say, is there an artist that you hate that you will do a video on to say that you don't like them? And being a teacher by nature means that anybody, no matter what level they're at playing guitar, I've been teaching for 15 years, when they're playing guitar, if somebody's not very good, again, that is subjective, whether you think they're good or not. So straight off the bat, you're on a loser just saying, oh, they're not very good. But everybody plays the guitar differently, and there are certain techniques that somebody might be great at, and there'll be other techniques that they're not as good at. But it doesn't mean that they're rubbish and that you hate their playing. It means that there are things that they can work on, and that goes across the board. Any top player will tell you they are practicing all the time to try and improve on every aspect of their playing, but there'll be certain aspects that top players are working on. But people assume, especially if they don't play, that top players just get to a level and then they're so good they don't need to practice. But all the top players are always practicing their weak spots, and everybody has those. It doesn't mean that it's rubbish and that you might hate them. If there is something that you think this person can work on those techniques, then as a teacher, I'm going to point out what they can work on. I'm never going to say, oh, this is rubbish and I hate it, because that doesn't help anybody. And anybody that does do that, unfortunately, I'm not sure what the drive is to put down somebody else, because they're trying to just express themselves artistically and musically. And anyone who does that gets my respect. So anyway, thank you so much for the donation. And also Reb, who's just come in with a $10 donation, and the message is, it's worth much more than $10, but this is for standing up for what you believe in, making heartfelt music, and whatever low white sugar snack suits you, and whatever low white sugar snack suits you. So, and there's a heart after that as well. Thank you, Reb Cherie, so much for that donation and the message. And Stephen Curtis has donated $10 as well, and I'm gonna have to scroll down. Thank you guys so much for all of these donations. The message is, down payment on a guitar lesson for Dimash, hashtag it's all good with a smiley face. This is the thing, that I've seen Dimash playing a traditional Kazakhstan stringed instrument and also piano, and he plays drums, so he's a multi-instrumentalist, and I haven't seen him play the guitar. But if he does want a guitar lesson, then I'm more than happy to teach Dimash about playing the guitar and playing lead guitar, rhythm, whatever he wants to learn, acoustic, fingerstyle, we can get stuck into it. But thank you, Stephen, so much for that $10 donation. And then we have Sev R. Mark, who has donated $5. And the message is, hope to see something about Roxy Music soon. So thank you so much for that donation. And Roxy Music will go on the list. And we've had another donation under that. Kristen Reed has donated $5. And the message is, you don't have to explain yourself. From what I can tell, you know what you're talking about. If people don't like it, tough. So thank you for the message, Kristen. And thank you for that donation as well. And Laurie Brooks has donated $5 as well. So thank you so much for that, Laurie. And I think Laurie was one of those involved in the whole comment thing over the weekend. So thank you, Laurie, for your support and for your support here on the live stream and for getting involved with the comments and watching the other videos, but also for really tuning in for this live stream. And we have Claire, who has donated $9.99, and the message is, you are special, you share so much. So thank you for that, Claire. And the $9.99 donation. Jen B has donated $4.99. The message is, thank you for being the most honest, authentic, and educational reactor teacher. Much love and rock horns. So thank you, Jen, for that. You guys, thank you for all of the support, and everybody in the comment section, and everybody who's hit that thumbs up. And maybe we can spike the likes at 1 hour, 1 minute, I was going to say, 1 hour and 8 minutes into the live stream. It's getting a little bit late here. It's 1:10 in the morning here in the UK, but I'm determined to get to the end of the requested videos. The last one that I'm going to play is the live version of Amelia, and it's live 2 times over. I think this is the one where I do the harmony lines with myself in the background and record myself again afterwards. But anyway, Jen, thank you for that donation. And Jen Rat has donated. Let me see if there's a message. It's got cut off again. I'm sorry about that, Jen. But the amount is $5, and hopefully I'll be able to get into that. I might be able to find it here. Here we go. Can I design my own hot shirt of you, Wings of Pegasus, and shoot you a $20? I don't know how that would work, designing your own shirt. Or do you want to make a shirt and then give them to people? Or do you want to design one that you want to buy yourself? I'm not sure, but maybe we can iron out the details of that at some point. And maybe you mean a design to go on a shirt that maybe can be available for everybody else if everybody likes the design. Maybe it's something that can happen in the future, but we will see. Thank you for that, Jen, and we'll get into that. If you want to email me, again, wingsofpegasus@hotmail.com for any detailed questions and things like that, because that's the best way to contact me, because then we can write emails and explain what we mean about things. But thank you, Jen, so much. And R. Gray has donated $10, and again, the message is cut off, but let's have a look. We've got too bad you couldn't have directed all the trolls to the explanation of Russian TV in the comment by Jasmine Gardenia, and to watch you syncing up the files. That is a shame, because on the video, this is the other thing that I mentioned on the second video about the analytics, that I can see how long people are watching the video for. And the comments from the trolls were watching for 5 minutes out of a 25-minute video. And they didn't get to the point where I can guarantee that what I was saying was factual, because not only had I done the waveform analysis, but I put the 2 files over the top of each other, and you can hear that it perfectly syncs up to the point where the speakers will start clipping because it's the same audio file. And if you've ever recorded, you'll know that if you just play the same audio file twice, you get the same peaks all the time. So it clips because the speakers, the computers, they don't like having the same signal multiplied twice. So if you did that, then you'd know straight away. It starts to sound nasty. It starts to sound like it's in a bathroom as well. It's those things that when you do sync up 2 files that are exactly the same file, you get these reactions. But doing a waveform analysis, anybody out there who's into production and has done audio analysis will know exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot fake a waveform analysis when they are duplicates, when they matched the whole time. But it's a shame they didn't watch it that far through, and I think they'd already made up their minds probably within 5 minutes that we're going to give this guy abuse and it's going to last for 3 days. But anyway, thank you so much for the donation and the message and everything, you guys, tonight. I think there's another message underneath. Let me just scroll down because we haven't got that on screen. What I have got coming up is Larry Perrine has donated maybe $100. I'm not sure about that. It hasn't come in to the live chat window, and that might be a mistake, and don't worry if it is. That's absolutely fine. If that is a donation, it hasn't got a message with it, and it is a crazy donation again if it is. So thank you, Larry, and all of you guys in there, and Ian earlier, for all of this support. I'm going to play the last video of the night now, and this is going to be my live version of one of my album tracks called Amelia. It's also an acoustic version of the track, whereas the recorded version on the album is lots of different instruments that I'll do it all in here. By the way, if you don't know, the album I made here with this microphone and stuck it in front of my amplifier, stuck it in front of my mouth, and stuck it in front of whatever I wanted to record, and then that is my album. It all came out of this room with this body and hands and everything. So this is an acoustic version. Like I said, recorded version is just the full track that I put together, playing lots of different instruments, but this is just me with an acoustic and singing the first time, and then recording myself singing to the one that I've just done. Hopefully it makes sense. I think I might actually try and explain this at the beginning of the video, so you'll get what I mean. I'll see you guys after this, and I'll be in the comment section as always. Rock! Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head, I think it's going to be fine. So let's see. Lost forever under all this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. They say that time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, this pain started. It's never ending. Under all this emptiness, each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broke and free. Amelia, Amelia. Cheers. And there we have it. That's my acoustic version of Amelia with a very relaxed outro. Just cheers. So thank you guys for all of the comments that were going through there. I really appreciate your support. And by the way, I forgot to mention, everybody say hi to Mario in that comment section, because Mario is in the house tonight, and whenever Mario is in the house, we all say hi. So hello and hi to Mario. Thanks for joining me tonight. And this is going to be probably the last stages of the live stream, because it's getting a bit late here. This might be the longest live stream that has ever happened on the channel. It's almost 20 past 1 here in the morning, but let's have a look at the super chat donation section again. Looks like it's all been kicking off, so thank you guys so much. Larry has donated $100, so thank you so much for that, Larry. Just crazy donation. It's really appreciated a lot. I always say every week how much of a difference the donations make with keeping everything running smoothly, but also allowing me to put little boxes around things and make the live stream a little bit better looking and more professional. So thank you so much for that, Larry. And then Rin has donated $20, and the message is, Phil, we love you no matter what. Keep rocking. Have you done Uriah Heep? Just wondering. And I don't think I have. I'm racking my brains because I've watched so many videos, but I don't think I've actually done an analysis video yet. So it's got to be on the list somewhere. If it isn't, I would be very, very surprised. But thank you for the I can't even talk. Thank you for the suggestion, Rin, for that. It's my shock of thinking, is there not a Uriah Heep video on my channel? I think it's one of those things that my brain was trying to think, maybe there isn't. I think there might not be. But anyway, it's good because now definitely on the list. It's got to be on there already, but I'll doubly make sure. Rin, thank you so much for that. And Beanie Angela has donated $10 as well. Again, thank you, Angela. And the message is, Phil, you are lovely. Thank you so much. I think the last time I went on a live stream for over an hour, and maybe an hour and 10 minutes, everything goes to pot and I can't talk anymore and everything goes wrong. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the live stream is going to keep working. That's the one thing that has been consistent tonight. And also me just blabbering on about lots of things. But thank you guys so much for sticking with me and for your support with everything. And let me just scroll down with this. And the message with the next donation, which was by Rose, $10. Thank you, Rose, again. The message is, this is for Amelia, the song, not the girl. So thank you, Rose, for that. And then Steve has donated $2. And the message is video review of some of musicians from Japan. And this is the thing, that if you have got any requests, just put them in the comment section of the YouTube videos, the analysis videos, because I check all of the comments. Hence the reason why I know exactly how many messages somebody was sending me of abuse over the weekend, because I do read every single message. So I also make a note of all of the requests. So just do that in the analysis video comment section and I will read it. And you can also put it in this live stream. If you do a super chat donation, then I always add it to the requests. If you do want to put a request in that, I go through them afterwards anyway. So just if you want to do it that way, but the easiest way, the cheapest way, is doing it in the analysis video comment sections. I do check all of those comments and read them. But thank you so much, Steve, for that donation. And Brian has donated $9.99 and says, I think I need Amelia's contact info with a smiley face. I don't know, because if you want to go through that, it's up to you. And Amelia isn't the real name of somebody, it's a fictional name that might be applied to somebody in real life. So don't worry about that. But Brian, yeah, you're taking your life in your hands. But thank you so much for that donation of $9.99. And then Lucy has donated $24.99, and another donation from Lucy. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to see if I can try and find the message that came with that. And the message is put Emerson, Lake and Palmer, especially Greg Lake, on your list. Thank you, Phil. So thank you, Lucy, for the donation and for that request. That will definitely go on my list. So guys, I'm going to call it a day now. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight, and thank you for all of your support throughout the week with all of the videos that I do on YouTube, and your support tonight as well, and allowing me to vent some things here on a Tuesday night. I'm always going to be live on a Tuesday night, and I'll always let you guys know if I'm not going to be live. Thank you to everybody who is at the bottom of the screen here. These names going across the screen. My patrons, you know who you guys are, and you also know that you're in the super chat donation section as well. So thank you guys so much for not only joining me over on Patreon, but for the donations on the super chat, because it makes such a difference. And just your general support, because that really does make a difference. When I get a lot of comments, like I mentioned earlier in this live stream, sometimes you do feel a bit down because you're just doing videos and you're just doing them. I think my approach is I always want to do videos that are honest and truthful, and I would rather be vindicated, or not vindicated, that's not the right word. Everyone wants to be vindicated, but I'd rather be vilified. That's probably the word that I was trying to think of. I'd rather be vilified for being truthful and honest than loved for lying about things and not being truthful. So that is my approach, and it's great to have your support, because I know that everybody in the comment section follows the same path in terms of they know that it's just a channel that is honest, and I'm going to analyze things honestly, even if they are mimed or auto-tuned or backing tracked, you know, anything that comes up, I'm just going to do an honest analysis of it on this channel. And it means a lot for you guys to be supporting me in the way that you are here on the channel. Like I said, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult when there is a lot of abuse, but because of the support of the masses of over 100,000 of you, and especially you guys here on a Tuesday night, it makes all the difference to just have a little down, but then we're back up for that night's video, and we're back into the normal schedule of things, and we just start appreciating music again. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight, and I will see you guys in the comments section as always in every analysis video that I do. By the way, at the moment I'm talking with Buck Dharma. I spoke with Buck last night, and we're just working through doing an analysis video together on one of his performances with Blue Oyster Cult. So that will be on the channel, fingers crossed, sometime soon, and we're just organizing the details to that. So that's to come on the channel, but I'll be in the comment section as always, like I said. But I will see you guys the same time, the same place, live next Tuesday night. And thank you for everybody that tuned in, and hit that like button. If you want to hit that like button again just before we finish, then go for it. We can have a final spike of the likes. And if you're watching this on catch up and you're not watching the live version, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow and to really get spread around YouTube. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to call it a night now, but I'll be back with another analysis video tomorrow night, and I'm going to jump on Patreon as I always do every night to check messages over there and correspond with you patrons. And a lot of you, like I said, are in this donation window. But thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next analysis video comment section, or live same time, same place next week. So I'll catch you guys then. And thank you, Poet's Dream, for that very final donation right at the end. I will see everybody. Poet's Dream, thank you for that $4.99 donation. $4.99. $4.99. Is that right? See, this is the thing. I start going crazy and start getting everything in the wrong order. But it's a $4.99 donation. I think that's probably the best way to say it. From Poet's Dreams to finish with. And the message was, I love your videos. Thanks, Phil. So thanks, Poet's Dreams. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Rock!